Bro, here I was thinking in order for there to be a season 3 or a movie, something to continue the Zombieland Saga series, they would need to expose their identities, because there's only so much you can do with the gimmick of them being zombies, them being hidden from the public. If they want to continue more, that has to be something to be revealed. Here I was, missing the obvious. They could have introduced aliens with destructive capabilities, and being a zombie probably isn't gonna mean shit. This show just made me crave more in such a good way. Like I was saying for a while, if they make more, I see the potential. Tie backstory, Kotaro's potential love interest, there's still a story to tell, but what would you do to really entice viewers to say, okay, I need to see a season 3 or a movie? Introduce aliens. Completely left field, didn't see it coming, never saw a single person think that could happen, but I mean, when the natural force of destruction isn't enough to destroy it, well, I guess we have to expand our universe and go Trigger style and let's go to outer space, baby. That's wild, but I mean, when you got resurrecting zombies, I mean, why not throw in some aliens in here? I mean, it's gonna work out better than Cowboys vs. Aliens, that's for sure. Absolute insane. I mean, you had a 27-ish minute episode. The first 26 and 30-ish seconds, really wholesome. There were some tears, there was some emotion, but it was a positive message. And then you end with a UFO-looking bastard coming in with an annihilation beam, and I'm like, holy shit, someone played a little too much Destroy Humans remaster there. I'm really excited to see where the story's gonna go from here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a movie, but if it's a season 3, oh my god, that's gonna be very interesting to see. I mean, there is clearly more being set up. Kotaro was coughing up blood, he's clearly ill in some way. They were setting it up, but I wasn't expecting it to be that big, and I feel like it was intentional. Show the main man seriously injured or ill, make you think that's the hook for season 3, and just when you let your guard down, boom, annihilation. Hopefully it didn't mean they all got killed. I mean, holy shit. But the episode, minus the insane ending, was a really fitting finale. I think comparing where they were at the beginning of season 1, I mean, just remembering how much they had so much trouble with coordination, they couldn't sing and dance, they couldn't really work in harmony, they were stumbling over each other, and to see them just be able to perform multiple songs, and I really like that it wasn't a single song and we were done like we typically see. There was multiple songs, even an encore as the credits played. It felt like not only did they deserve to be on that stadium, not only because it was like a charity concert, but because like they really earned that fan base. It felt like over these 2 seasons we've seen them at their highest and their lowest, and I mean, when you kick a show off with characters getting hit by trucks and things like that, I mean, they're down in the dumps for sure. So it was nice to just build up to that and see how all the individual aspects and plot points of season 2, whether it was the radio show host, whether it was the child prodigy, whether it was, you know, this or that, they all came together in order to use their voice and support to bring more people towards this concert. Had it simply just been up to this group, I mean, they would have had the other idol group that was pretty popular, and maybe some of their radio connections, but the fact that all the plot points and all the connections they formed, because it wasn't just like talking down to people, because it wasn't just pushing people down, they actually ended up creating something that could fill that stadium. And every time you looked at that stadium, like they started off, it was like, okay, I mean, it's filling up, that's impressive. But when you saw it actually light up and see the crowd going wild, I mean, you felt like a proud father, at least I know I did. I was like, holy shit. And I just seriously was thinking about season 1 and how much they were stumbling, playing small little club rooms or, you know, out in the parking lot to see where they are now. They started this season off with them failing because they got nervous because it was such a small selection. And to see that build up, it just felt like really well-earned payoff. And obviously, like, the cliffhanger of this episode is going to be the most talked about thing more than likely about said episode. But it doesn't change the fact that I think this was a strong episode from the first minute all the way to the last. The reporter, the newspaper man, right? I mean, you thought he was gonna destroy everything, and honestly, he was another addition that actually added and was able to bring in a lot of people. And I like how, rather than it just feeling like, oh, because they're the main group, because they're the main characters, they have to succeed, there was an entirely good possibility that they could have failed, that maybe only some people came. And had they done that, it would have just been probably a way to say, okay, the movie or season 3, that's how we're going to do it. I mean, they ended the goddamn season with an alien laser blast. I mean, it's not possible for them to fail. Hell, they might have seriously died there. Is everyone gonna come back as a zombie? Who the hell knows, right? All I know is that Zombieland Saga Season 2 was criminally underappreciated by a Western fan base. I know Japan loves this shit. Maybe they don't love the shit. Maybe they only buy the CDs based on how many are sold of it. But nonetheless, like, this is a show that is pure quality, and I can easily see it going for multiple seasons. And I think, should the season 3 or movie, whatever it be, I wouldn't be surprised if that ties up this group's story. But does that mean there couldn't be other groups similar to like a Love Live series? They absolutely could pursue something like that. But I think, in a lot of ways, this might be one of the best cases of introducing the most wildcard element and having it not feel like cheap shock value. This is a show about resurrected zombies who are idols, who are trying to stop this phenomena that is literally an unnatural force that can kill people, and we have a bartender who sticks around for thousands of years as long as the spirit of Saga lives on. Aliens can happen, werewolves could happen, vampires could happen, and honestly, in a lot of ways, the ending kind of makes me feel like this is like the start of the Zombieland Saga monster universe, and I'm here for it. This was a blast of a show. This episode pretty much did what it needed to, even minus the crazy ending. It was a very exciting and satisfying finale. It teased you wanting more, and then it exploded the entire goddamn world, making you crave more. Zombieland Saga was a gem, and if you enjoyed it, anyone who saw season 1, didn't watch season 2 for some reason, or you just know general anime fans who haven't experienced this, definitely tell them. We know we're getting more. Hell, the CDs are confirming as much with how much they were selling, right? We always knew we were getting more. It's not a matter of trying to get more publicity for this show so we get more anime. It's more just so people can experience quality, because it feels like a lot of times people are focusing on these other shows that are just rehashes and things like that. And don't get me wrong, I love my rehashes. I can watch them time and time again. But if you're sacrificing a show like Zombieland Saga to just watch like your run-of-the-mill isekai, we're doing something wrong here. We gotta focus on this first and foremost. And it was a blast to review season 2. Even more fun than season 1, and hopefully it's a season 3, so it'll be easy to review, but if it is a movie, whenever it eventually does get subtitled, I'll be right there reviewing it. I mean, with so many shows ending this season, there's been so many that I'm like, please give me a season 2 of this. At the very least, Zombieland Saga was pretty much a given that there'd be more in some capacity, which is a nice feeling, because most of the time when I'm like, please give me a season 2 or give me a sequel of whatever we're watching, I know realistically it probably isn't gonna happen. But then again, if Devil is a Part-Timer showed us anything, is that if you believe hard enough and you wish hard enough, the most impossible situations could get more anime. I think the biggest question for me is how long Zombieland Saga will last, not if it's gonna get more. And honestly, I'm still putting my money on a movie, but I still feel like a season 3 would be so interesting, especially if they really pursue that alien kind of concept, and if they really want to extend their monster plot lines more. But honestly, Zombieland Saga, one of the craziest shows. It was crazy in season 1. I think it got even crazier in season 2, and I'm really excited to see what Mappa wants to do with this. I imagine it'll be a 2-year wait. Maybe 3. I mean, honestly, if had Corona not happened, I imagine Zombieland Saga probably could have happened in 2 years. So I'm going to bet 2 years before we get the next one, but I guess we'll see. Let me know your thoughts on this insane finale of Zombieland Saga. What did it do for you? What was your personal favorite song? For me personally, it had to be the encore song, but they are all really, really well done. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, share your support, and hit that subscribe button if you're happy new around here. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.